Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the 51st, easy for me to say, 51st Shanty Sessions of our live stream episodes. You're very, very welcome, and thank you for tuning in. It could be that you are one of our regular rogues that have been meeting with us for over 4 years now at the Seagull Theatre in Lowestoft. It could be that you've joined us in one of these many sessions and liked what you saw and came back. Thank you. It could be that you're fresh tonight, you're watching for the first time, and you're wondering what to make of it all. Well, you're all rogues as far as I'm concerned, and you're very, very welcome. We are, of course, celebrating Easter. We're also celebrating the April Fool's Day, which is coming up in just a couple of days. I'm not sure if that's a thing for our American friends or for our Polish friends. So we've got some viewers from Germany and Russia and all over the globe. But certainly in Britain, we love a good gag and a prank, and April Fool's Day is no holds barred. So a happy April Fool's Day and happy Easter is coming up very, very soon. I'm going to go straight to the comments because we've got a few in already. Tom McQuillan, lovely Tom, says, good evening, everyone. Nice to join you again. Hope you're all wee. I think he means well. And then he corrects himself. Enjoying the sunshine, slip of the mouse. Whoops. Linda Boyce says, hi, everyone. What a lovely day we've had. We have on the east coast of Britain, probably all over the country, actually. And a beautiful, beautiful day. Lots of sunshine and great temperature. Good evening, says Michelle Gallagher. Good evening to and from the Drapers. Evening, Paul and everyone, says Rosemary Balcott. Good afternoon, says Jonathan Brindle. Sarah Jordan says, good evening, everyone. And Janet Wood says, good evening, everyone. Hope you've all been able to enjoy the sunshine today. Please enjoy responsibly, folks. I'm going to say a big thank you to our funders. They are, of course, the People's Health Trust. Very grateful we are for their financial support, their administrative support, their guidance, and everything else that they do. They've enabled us through the Active Communities program to work with people of all ages, from 2 years old to 90 years young, of all types of musical ability, whether total beginners or accomplished musicians, and for those who are just beginning to set out on their love of folk music and shanties in particular, as well as those that have been loving this genre for many, many years, probably long before Stephen and I even did. But we are Lowestoft boys and proud. We still live on the coast, and what a fantastic part of the country to live. Anyhow, you've tuned in for Shanties, and that's what you're going to get. So first up tonight is one of our newer songs. It's called Haul on the Bowline, or Bowline, or Bowline, whatever you want to pronounce it. Haul on the Bowline goes a little something like this. Haul on the bowline, the long-tailed bowline, haul the bowline, haul on the bowline, bully ships are rolling, haul the bowline, haul on the bowline, Kitty, you're me darling, haul the bowline, haul on the bowline, Kitty comes from Liverpool, haul the bowline, haul on the bowline, the old man he's a growling, haul the bowline, haul on the bowline, it's a far cry to payday, haul the bowline, haul the bowline, haul the bowline, haul. Nice quick one, and you would have found that in your Rogue Shanty chorus repertoire, but if not, the lyrics are there. We try to make that as regular as possible so you can join in with us. A few more comments come in, but first what I'm going to do is show you a picture of the wonderful Rogue Shanty chorus. Now, they look a lot like this on a good day. This is many of them, although not all of them, performing at the Seagull Theatre for one of our sellout shows. What a great evening we had. We always do when the Rogues are on the stage at the Seagull. We have a great old time, and that's what they look like, in case anybody wondered. Something else you might be wondering about is, what's the word of the day? We have a little section called How You Heard It, Boy. How you heard it? How you heard it, boy? And we take a word or a phrase from the book called Suffolk Words and Phrases, which is a book containing lots of words and phrases from Suffolk, funnily enough. It was collected and written by Edward Moore in 1823 as an effort to make sure that these peculiarities of our dialect didn't die out with time. Now, tonight is perhaps not as obvious as it looks, but we would love to know what you think this word might mean. And please don't Google it. Tiddling. The word tonight is tiddling. How you heard it, boy? The word is tiddling. Now, please let us know what you think that might mean. You can have a stab in the dark. You may have an educated guess. You may have something humorous to offer. Whatever it is, please do get in touch. Let us know what you think. The other thing you could do for us, which would really, really make me smile, is you could, if you wished, and if you were kind, click share. Please click, not this share. Don't click this share. Click share on whatever platform you're watching. It may be that you're watching us via YouTube, which I can see about a quarter of you are tonight, or you may be watching on the Voice Crowd page, or the Rogue Shanty Boys page, or the Rogue Shanty Chorus page, where most of you have come from, on Facebook. And by clicking share, what that does is it shows your friends, colleagues, relatives, loved ones, etc., what it is you've been up to tonight and what you're enjoying. We hope you're enjoying it, and Stephen will be with us shortly. But in the meantime, I'm just going to go to those comments that have come in. First up is from lovely Marion Bouchette, who says, a friendly wave from Western Canada. Hi, Marion. And Janice Marjoram says, hi, everyone. So it's just me then that has no volume. And I'd have to say the same as Rosemary Balcott. Yep. Sorry, Janice. She says, try phone, plan B. Good idea. Straight in with a guess on Suffolk word and phrase. How you heard it, boy. Sarah Jordan thinks she has. Tiddling, something small or insignificant. Could be. Jonathan Brindle says, I feel like that word is too racy for this Facebook Live. Well, put your money where your mouth is, maybe, my friend. Unless it really is too racy. Rosemary Barker says she's on her phone too because she's watching tennis, which is fine by us. Graham Bell says, hi from the Shanty crew in Sheringham. Lovely to have you aboard, Graham. Thank you very much for tuning in. Another Shanty man, Hoy Boy, says, ahoy, lads. Ahoy there. Hoy boy. And Baby Shanty, Adam Barnard, our youngest member so far, says, is a tiddling perhaps Suffolk slang for something small, like a fish, for example? Could be. You'll have to wait to find out. In the meantime, I'm going to take us off repertoire, so hold on tight, because this is not something you'll have words for, but it's very easy to sing. Very repetitive, like most shanties. It's called John Kanaka. Now, Kanaka, and you may be familiar with that word from our repertoire of the song called Rolling Down to Old Maui, where the word is featured, the Kanakas all around. Now, Kanaka means man in Polynesian, so specific to Hawaii and the other islands such as Samoa. It means man, but it's used more in terms of a native man, so native to those Polynesian islands. And there's a word, tulae, which means something along the lines of rise up, such as get up, stand up for your rights, which is a good thing to do. But this word, tulae, means to rise up, to get up. And like I said, John Kanaka is the song. John Kanaka, Naka, tulae is every other line. So please join in with that. I thought I heard the first mate say, John Kanaka Naka tulae, you'll work tomorrow but not today. John Kanaka Naka tulae, tulae, oh tulae. John Kanaka Naka tulae, tulae, oh tulae. John Kanaka Naka tulae. I thought I heard the old man say, John Kanaka Naka tulae. Tomorrow is a sailing day, John Kanaka Naka tulae. Tulae, oh tulae, John Kanaka Naka tulae. Tulae, oh tulae, John Kanaka Naka tulae. We're outward bound from Frisco Bay, John Kanaka we're outward bound at the break of day. John Kanaka Tulaye, oh Tulaye. John Kanaka Tulaye, oh Tulaye. John Kanaka Tulaye. It's rotten meat and weevily bread. John Kanaka Tulaye. In 2 months out, you're gonna wish you were dead. John Kanaka Tulaye. Tulaye, oh Tulaye, John Kanaka Tulaye, oh Tulaye, John Kanaka Tulaye. I thought I heard the bosun say, John Kanaka Tulaye. It's one more pull and then belay, John Kanaka Tulaye, oh Tulaye, John Kanaka Tulaye. Tulaye, oh, Tulaye, John Kanaka Tulaye, John Kanaka Tulaye, John Kanaka Tulaye, John Kanaka. Now, that song often gets a little bit confused with the pronunciation, and quite often you hear Tulaye, which I think comes from more of an Irish or an American Irish position, but it's definitely Tulaye because that is the word from the Polynesian language, and so don't forget that. Now, a couple more comments have come in. Yes, we have another guess on tiddling. Third one in from the Drapers. Going out with a jam jar and a net to a pond to catch tiddlers. Oh, I like that one. If you're out, so you've verbed it, haven't you? You've verbiated it. Nice one, Drapers. Could be. Evening, Paul and everyone. Hope all well, having a cheeky little drink while singing shanties. Well, Carly, good for you. I wish I had a little brewski on the go. Michelle Gallagher gives 3 rounds of applause. So does Sarah Jordan. That's just too kind, really. Stephen, what say ye?
What say ye? Well, first thing I say is, how's my volume?
Yeah.
Yeah, just all right? I just want to go up a wee bit.
I think it's all right.
Yeah, fair enough. And second thing I say is, I'm sorry, I'm late again.
No worries. 50 lines.
50 lines, yeah. I'm just going to jump right in and do a song, because Paul's got through all the speaking, and I'm sure that everybody who comes along week after week thinks, that boy, he speak a lot, he do. But I only do it because it needs doing. And when Paul has done it, I don't need to do it. So I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to sing you a song. And the song I'm going to sing you tonight is from this wonderful book, Songs of the Sea by Stan Hugel. If you know nothing about Stan Hugel, just type him into Google and a wealth of information will come up. Really, he was considered, he was the last authentic shanty man. And as great as he was both as a singer and as an authority and a kind of a knowledge and a go-to about shanties, I would actually venture to say he was a better storyteller. Very much like Liam Clancy, he would spend 7 minutes talking about a song and then 2.5 minutes doing it. But anyway, this song is, and I know someone else who's like that.
No, I just meant as I was looking for versions of John Kanaka. Yes, I certainly got the long explanation from Hugel on Google. Also, yeah. I thought I'd just better say, Marion Bouchette says you are a little bit low in volume.
But me or you?
You.
Me. Okay. Well, in that case, I'm going to turn me up a bit. How about that? Okay. Hope that's okay, Marion. Someone will let us know anyway, won't they? Maybe I'll just sing out as shanty singers do. So the song I'm going to do is number 8 in your folders. If you have a folder, if you don't have a folder, or you think I have a folder, but I don't think it will be the one that has number 8 in, that's the shanty folder, and that is for anybody who considers themselves a member. If you consider yourself a member, then you will have a folder. We talk in riddle tonight. It doesn't matter though, because we're going to flash the lyrics up. So if you want to join in at home or just follow and understand what the heck we're singing, you can do. So this song is actually Round 354, which, although 354 away from the start, means it's actually a very early inclusion in the Round Folk Index, because there are thousands of songs. It's known under many, many, many titles. Time for Us to Leave Her, Johnny, Leave her jollies, leave her bullies, leave her Johnny, leave her Johnny, leave her. And it goes on. They're all authentic versions of the title. I'm not just making this up, I promise. And it's thought to date to a sailor's journal. The earliest date would be 1917, which was when the journal was found, but it wasn't dated, which is strange for a journal. I do know that, and I do recognize that. But it's thought that the song could go back probably another 60 or 70 years, certainly, as would be expected, into the prior to the age of steam. So if it was 1917, it would be in the age of steam, and shanties were not used in the age of steam, only in the age of sail. Now, this is quite a unique song in that this would usually be used to end the voyage. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. It was used both as a pump and a halyard shanty, but mostly through the lyrics expressed. And there are obviously different versions of the lyrics, and as well as that, there are some mondegreens. And a mondegreen is a misheard lyric, usually in a folk song, but really in any kind of song or any art form. In fact, art discipline. There are slight variations, but most of the lyrics are very kind of similar. They talk about the old man being the captain in a kind of a slightly disrespectful but hidden in a jocular way, and it also talks about the state of the ship in not particularly positive way either. And so this is why it would usually be done in the pumps, which is when the ship is back next to dry land, because it would be considered kind of near mutiny to express such an opinion out on open sea. And if it wasn't, you certainly wouldn't want the extra duties that would happen as a result of the old man taking umbrage to what you'd said. But anyway, so this is Leave Her Johnny. I did say about Stan Hugel, didn't I? I'd taken 7 minutes to introduce a 2.5-minute song. But anyway, so I hope you enjoy this. Do sing along, won't you, at home? Oh, the times were hard and the wages low. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. And now ashore we must go. It's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. For the voyage is done, the wind's done blown. It's time for us to leave her. There's no more voyages around Cape Horn. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. We know the weather's never warm. It's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. The voyage is done, the wind's done blown. It's time for us to leave her. The old man swears and the mate swears too. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. The crew all swears and so would you. It's time for us to leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. For the voyage is done and the winds do blow. It's time for us to leave her. Thought I heard the old man say, leave her, Johnny, leave her. Tomorrow you will get your pay. It's time for us to leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. For the voyage is done and the winds are blown. It's time for us to leave her. We ate rotten meat and weevil bread. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. And it was pump or drown, the old man said. And it's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave leave her, Johnny, leave her. The voyage is done and the winds are blown. It's time for us to leave her. Now the rats have gone and we the crew. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. While now ashore we'll go to, and it's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. For the voyage is done and the winds are blown. It's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her like a man. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her while you can. It's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. For the voyage is done and the wind's done blown. It's time for us to leave her. Oh, old man, now you'll lose your crew. Leave her, Johnny, won't you leave her? We've had enough of this shit and you, and it's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. For the voyage is done and the winds do blow. It's time for us to leave her. And leave her, Johnny. Also in the Ballad Folk Index, DOE089. If you want to check that out, that's another similar folk resource and an online archive. But in the Round Folk Index, 354.
Very nice indeed. It was. A few comments. Sarah Jordan is eyeing up your T-shirt. She says it's cracking. And Adam Barnard says, Kev's with him on leave for a week. Good to see you, gents. Thank you very much to both you, gentlemen. Now, Jonathan Brindle says, this song is to this day still sung by the American Navy when returning to port. I presume he means Leave It Johnny and not John Kanaka. We perform at the end of one of our regular sets, and we'll often have veterans come up to us at the end of the show to tell us about singing it when they were in the Navy.
Wow, that's cool. That is really, thanks for sharing that, Jonathan. Yeah, we love to hear stuff like that. Really cool. Thank you.
Now, Chris Collins is glad you're back. She says, hello, Stephen.
Hello, Chris.
Not a dry eye in the house, according to Janice Marjoram. 3 claps from Linda Boyce, 3 from Carly Franklin, and Katrina Milek says, love your shanties, guys. Bring back memories of primary school. Well, thank you very much.
You mean boys misbehaving, Katrina? Is that what brings back
memories? She also says, now I have a boat of my own. Love them even more. Well, that's lovely. What kind of boat do you have, Katrina? Do let us know.
You want to know that, boy?
Yes, I'd like to now. Michelle Gallagher gives 3 rounds of applause, and so does Sarah Jordan. Jonathan Brindle goes for 5. Unprecedented.
He did the 5. He did the 5, ladies and gents.
Marion Bouchette says, speaking of misheard lyrics from the kitchen, I heard, we're tired of this and of you. Well, I don't know if that would be true or not.
I'm saying nothing.
Katrina Milek says, yes, defo. Thank you very much. And you know what, though? We haven't had many guesses tonight for our word of the week. Hey, heard it, boy. Our Suffolk word and phrase this week is tiddling. Tiddling. What do you think that means? Don't Google it. Just have a guess, a funny guess or an accurate guess or a wild stab in the dark. What tiddling means. We would love to know for sure. We really would. And
it's from this wonderful book here by Edward Moore, Suffolk Words and Phrases, printed originally 1823.
Mm-hmm.
Have you done some of our other stuff that's forthcoming, Paul?
No, I haven't talked about what you can do tonight after this session. I tell you what you can do. You can join us on Zoom if you like. When we finish episode 51 at 8:30 p.m. You've put
BST, it's GMT, isn't it?
BST, isn't it? Yeah, I need to adapt that.
Boy? What are you doing?
Thinking of?
You're going to miss everybody out there. We've got an international audience, and they're going to try and go to GMT, and it's not going to be there for them.
I'm so sorry, people. I feel terrible. Anyway, whatever the time is, you can join us at the end of this session, and we can have a good old half-hour chat about whatever you like, but mainly shanty things.
I should say, just to let you know that it's that regardless of what time it is for you there, from here, and this will only work if you're watching us live right now. How will you know, you ask? But it's about 34 minutes and 31 seconds away. We'll be heading over to Zoom for 30 minutes of shanty chat.
Yeah, that's what we'll be doing. I'll tell you what we'll be doing. Well, you tell them what we'll be doing tomorrow, Steve.
Well, tomorrow is the fourth. It is the final session of a project that our organisation, Paul and I, are directors of, called the Voice Cloud. Have as part of a series of online how-to interactive sessions called Connections, and tomorrow is the last one, and it teaches you how to research the history of your house without leaving your house, because we know obviously that's a thing at the moment, and a lot of the places that you would usually go to, such as museums, record offices, or libraries, where you would be able to research the history of your house, are closed. Now we've got a wonderful gent, and a lot of you regulars will know him from the Lowestoft History Sessions, Ivan Bunn, very well respected local author and historian, and he is going to be holding that session, teaching you how to delve into such things as manorial records and local community and parish records, which you can access online. And I would warn you, though, by the way, although it's free to attend, there's no charge whatsoever, and you can enroll or register by going to, as it says on here, www.thevoicecloud.co.uk/connections. We are approaching our limit. Now, because we're on Zoom, we can have, I think, up to 49 people, but we've got 40-something already. So if you think you might want to come along, register soon. And if you have already registered, blinking well turn up, because we don't want to have turned somebody else down for a place that they would want, and then you've registered for one and not turned up. So make sure you do turn up. Okay, if you want to come and we do end up being fully booked, we do have the chance to join us with an overflow audience onto YouTube. So you could just get in touch with us about how to do that. Okay, so anyway, I'm gonna stop talking about that, because I think we're gonna do a song. If Paul isn't, I certainly can.
I'm going to, yeah. Quick couple of comments. One from Jonathan Brindle. He wonders if tiddling means goofing off or wasting time. It could be. Adam Barnard says, Dad says, is it pouring with rain? Tiddling and piddling down. Carly Franklin thinks the same thing. Tiddling. Could it be like it's tiddling down with rain? And Alison Wellings, who's a name I don't recognise in these comment sections, but she's very, very welcome. She says, much love for Ivan. Yes, you're absolutely right. There is much, much love for Ivan out there. And he's a very popular guy. Linda Boyce agrees. I miss hearing Ivan's talks. Well, now's your chance. History of your house. Anyway, I'm going to move into a song that's on our repertoire. It's called... that's not what it's called. It's called The Unnatural Murder. And you'll be roughly halfway through your Rogue Shanty Chorus repertoire folder, if you have one. Don't worry if you don't, because we're going to try and display the lyrics for you. That's what we're going to do.
Yeah, and I would add something to this. Originally, it was called The Unnatural Murder, because they did that in Old English. And the other thing is there's a fantastic... very curious and very fascinating backstory, true backstory to this, but we're not going to tell you because we've done it a few times already, and it takes a long time, and we want to do some thinking. So,
all you really need to do is read the lyrics, because it's all in there.
Yeah,
the salacious gossip that it be.
Yeah,
and it goes like this. All you who have children, dear, now hear this tale of woe. The history of this tragedy I now to you will show. A happy couple at Penryn had a son who went to sea, and after 15 years returned his parents for to see. He to their cot disguised did go, a shelter from the cold, And ere he laid him down to sleep, showed all his wealth and gold. The mother to the father went in anxious, breathless haste, and told of treasures she had seen around the stranger's waist. The father then by Satan led did take the killer's part. He stole the cursed gold away and stabbed his own boy's heart. And scarce before the parents yet had seen the morrow's light, their daughter came with joy to ask of the sailor their last night. She said, "It is my brother James, who long at sea has roved. He's come back home to share his wealth with those he dearly loved." Oh, when they found the murdered youth was their own darling boy, most frightful horrors seized their minds, and bitterly they cried. The guilty pair then slew themselves, their sin they could not hide, and the broken-hearted daughter sank to the ground and died. What a palaver, honestly. What a terrible thing to happen. Still, worse things happen at sea.
Paul, when you say terrible thing to happen, do you mean me not scrolling the lyrics for you?
Well, I didn't like to point that out to everybody.
I do apologise, everyone. Paul knows a couple of versions of this. One is slightly different, and he does obviously get confused between them. So we just to make sure that he's singing the correct lyrics, he follows the version that we display. But anyway, yeah, absolutely fascinating, true story to that, and we know that because somebody went to the bother of researching the annals of King James in there as a true account, quite an unbelievable true account, in fact. But yeah, as we said,
it's Smeaton's broadside.
Say again, sorry.
I think it was Smeaton's broadside.
Was it? Okay.
Yep, yeah. That reported on the annals of King James.
Oh, I'm going to be quiet then. Yeah.
No, you're right. It was the annals of King James, but I think it was Smeaton.
Cool. So let's do a couple of comments there, and then I'm going to carry straight on. Carly says, "I like doing the repeat lines in that song." Yeah, I do. I don't think we get them right any other time, but we like doing them. Sarah Jordan said, "Why do these dark lyrics always have such cheerful tunes?" Sarah, thus it ever was. Any kind of Stevie Wonder song, wonderful disco beat to it, and he's talking about civil rights and the way that people are kind of discriminated against. It's been like that for a long time, and I can't see anything changing anytime soon. Monica Manning says, "Hi everyone." Michelle Gallagher give 3 rounds of applause. Marianne says, "Some nice gutsy low notes there, Paul." Yeah, he does. He has a good. He does a lism in low gutsy notes. And Linda Boyce says, "I miss hearing Ivan's talks." Did you already do that one, Paul?
Yeah, but it bears repeating.
It does, yeah, because I missed hearing Linda talk about missing hearing Ivan's talk. So I'm going to do a song now. This is not in our repertoire, so we're not going to display the lyrics for this. But it's a song that was sung by the men who worked the barges on the Ohio River, and going downstream on the river was easy. Very nice and easy. Just make sure you don't hit the bank. Super simple. Going back upstream, not so much. Often the crew would walk along the shore and they would haul the boats with tow ropes. And this was a term. There's actually the term bushwhacking has 3 meanings. 2 in a maritime sense alone. And in this sense, it means bushwhacking the boat back to bring a boat on a river upstream against usually quite a difficult current. And just making sure that neither the boat nor the men nor any of the cargo is damaged as a result of being pushed to one side of the bank or the other. Now, this came to our attention by a wonderful group, and Paul's going to remind me afterwards what they were called, but some guys who guested on the stream. I'm going to say they were Canadian, but I don't think they probably were. Paul correct it later. I'm not begging him to come back in. Oh, there he is. And we really enjoyed some of the songs that they shared for us. Fantastic group of singers, really, really nice vocalists. lovely harmonists, and very enviable beards they had as well. But anyway, and they did this song for us, and I've done it once or twice.
I think it was called the Shipwreck Rats.
No, it wasn't Shipwreck Rats. They were in Germany. They were Berlin. Think again. Come have a think about it and come back afterwards. But in the meantime, I'm going to do this. Some rose up, but we floats down, way down the Ohio to Shawnee Town, and it's hard on the beach, or she moves too slow, way down Shawnee Town on the Ohio. Now the current's got her, and we'll take up the slack. We'll float her down to Shanty Town, and we'll bushwhack her back. And it's hard on the beach, or she moves too slow, way down Shawnee Town on the Ohio. Whiskey's in the jug, me boys, weed is in the sack. We'll trade 'em down to Shawnee Town, and we'll bring the rock soul back. And it's hard on the beach, or she moves too slow, way down to Shawnee Town on the Ohio. Now I got a gal in Louisville, one in New Orleans. When I get to Shawnee Town, gonna see my Indian queen. And it's hard on the beach, or she moves too slow, way down Shawnee Town on the Ohio. Water's mighty warm, boys, the air is cold and dank, and the cursed fog, it gets so thick you cannot see the bank. And it's hard on the beach, or she moves too slow, way down Shawnee Town on the Ohio. Been working on this river, boy, so dad burned many years. Sometimes this water, boy, seems like this old heart's tears. And it's hard on the beach, or she moves too slow, way down Shawnee Town on the Ohio. And it's hard on the beach, or she moves too slow, way down Shawnee Town on the Ohio. So yeah, I'm gonna beg Paul to come back in and remind us of what the group were called. Were they called? They weren't called Rolling Main, Paul, were they?
Bounding Main.
No, that was no, not Bounding Main. That was another group, but
Press
that was
Gang Mutiny.
That's the ones. Yeah, that is the ones. Yeah, Press Gang Mutiny. Not only wonderful beards, wonderful singers, wonderful harmonists, but a wonderful name for a group as well. And how disrespectful that we actually had a bit of a bromance going with these guys. We loved them, and then we can't even remember what they were called. So
we do now, and they were real sailors too.
They were real sailors, yeah. And by the way, we do explain some of the terms and the words in there. You know, bushwhacker, I mentioned that, but to dad burn is a verb, to curse. I don't think I've come across that in a shanty before, but yeah. So that's what dad burn is to swear, cuss or curse. Yeah, these guys would have been useful on the Suez Canal, Janet. You're right. Wouldn't have just about anybody. Carly Franklin, 3 claps. Thank you, Carly. Do you know what I thought? I thought Jonathan's 5 claps might have upped everybody's games. I thought somebody might have gone for a 6, even a 7. You know, but anyway, never mind. Oh, and look, we've had a couple of. Do you know what? We've had a couple of registrations for tomorrow's connection. So like, there are even less places left now. If you want to join in, you need to get on it.
Anyway, I'd like to move to On Board a 98. This is not so much a shanty, but a song that was sung by a sailor in King's Lynn. He wasn't sailing in King's Lynn for obvious reasons, but he was in King's Lynn when Vaughan Williams arrived, and he sang this song to him, and he then notated it and made it one of his own. It's called On Board a 98. You know what? I'm gonna have to wait on this because I cannot get the unnatural murder out of my head.
Do you want me to do one, Paul?
No, I've got it.
You got it.
Sorry,
okay.
folks. Sometimes that just happens.
Okay, well, in that case, I'm going to leave you to it, Paul. Although who have children.
Shut up, you. When I was young and scarce 18, I drove a roaring trade, and many a sly trick I have played with many a pretty maid. My parents found that would not do, I soon would spend their store, so they resolved that I should go on board a man of war. A bold press gang surrounded me, their warrant they did show, and swore that I should go to sea to face the daring foe. So off they lugged me to the boat, oh how I cursed my fate. 'Twas then I found that I must float on board a 98. When first I put my foot on board, how I began to stare. Our admiral, he gave the word, there is no time to spare. They weighed the anchor, shook out sail, and off they bore me straight to watch the foe in storm and gale on board a 98. Before we reached America, they gave me many drill. They soon learnt me a nimble way to hand an iron pill. In course of time a fight began when bold Jack Tars laid straight. What would I give if I could run from on board a 98? But as time fled I bolder grew and hardened was to war. I'd run aloft with my ship's crew and valued not a scar. So well did I my duty do, I soon made boatswain's mate, and Damney soon got boatswain too on board a 98. So years rolled by at Trafalgar, bold Nelson fought and fell. As they capsized that hardy tar, I caught a rap as well. To Greenwich College I came back because I saved my pate. They only knocked one wing off Jack on board a 98. So now my cocoa I can take, my pouch with bacca stored. With my blue clothes and three-cocked hat, I'm happy as a lord. I've done my duty, served my king, and now I bless my fate. But damn me, I'm too old to sing, I'm nearly 98. So sorry for the delay on that, folks. It really does get tricky to have two similar corresponding melodies together. But we got there in the end, so thank you for your patience. I'm going to go back to what's our word of the week? It is tiddling. What do you think that might mean? A few more guesses would be good at this point. What do you think this word means? It's our word of the week. How you heard it, boy, from Suffolk Words and Phrases. The word is tiddling. Tiddling. What do you think that might mean? Let us know. Tiddling. We really would love to receive your guesses. So, Steve has a song for us, my friend. No, he doesn't. Right, I'm going to go to another song now. Oh, no, he's ready. He's coming in. We've got a couple of comments coming in that I'm going to go to. One is from Pat Briggs. Lovely to know that you're there, Pat. Thank you for joining us. She said, enjoyed that one, Paul. Tells a nice story. Yeah, it does, all about a sailor that got drafted or found his way onto a ship, big ship, a man of war as well. When a man of war joined the battle, you knew that it was serious. A 98, no less, which meant 98 guns. So that must have been massive to have all of that hardware on board. Quite a big ship, a lot of weight just in the guns alone, let alone the ammunition. Sarah Jordan says he wasn't your average Greenwich pensioner by some of the accounts I've heard of. No, he was not. He had lost an arm as well, though. Sue Day says, could tiddling mean tiny? Well, that certainly seems the obvious thing, doesn't it, Sue? We'll have to wait to find out. Usually we wait until about 2 minutes after we were supposed to finish before we reveal the big reveal.
Yeah, okay. I'm sorry I had an emergency leave there. I'm going to do your song now called Valparaiso Round the Horn. Done this, I think we just done this once before in the early days of the live stream. So probably about a year ago. And but there are plenty of versions out there. They all seem to be much the same, very kind of fun and Irish and upbeat. And this is our version, or even there. So no lyrics for this one because they're not in our repertoire. Was a cold and frosty morning in December, when all of my money it was spent. Or where it went to the log I can't remember. So I down to the shipping office went. Sing paddle back, take up your slack, take a turn around your capstan, haul away. Bout ship station, boys, be handy, for we're bound for Valparaiso around the Horn. That day there was a great demand for sailors, for colonies, for Frisco and for France. So I signed aboard the limey bark, the Hotspur, and got paralytic drunk on me advance. Sing paddle back, pick up your slack, take a turn around your capstan, haul away. Bout ship station, boys, be handy, for we're bound for Valparaiso around the Horn. I wish that I was at the Jolly Sailor, along with Irish Molly drinking beer. Then I thought what jolly lads were sailors, and with me flip I wiped away a tear. Sing paddle back, take up your slack, take a turn around your capstan, haul away. Bout ship station, boys, be handy, for we're bound for Valparaiso around the Horn. Sing paddle back, take up your slack, take a turn around your capstan, haul away. Bout ship station, boys, be handy, for we're bound for Valparaiso around the Horn. Oh yes, we're bound for San Francisco around the Horn. Yeah, so there you have it. Valparaiso around the Horn. Many different versions of that out there, I think, and worth checking out. And I'm going to say, I think that our version maybe came into being as a result of seeing. It was either a version on the what's his name? No, it's lost to me. It'll come.
Good.
So,
Amanda Miranda says, love this one. Carly Franklin gives you 6 rounds of applause.
Woohoo!
Jonathan Brindle says, this is such a fun song to sing. Sarah Jordan gives you 6 rounds. Here you go, Steve, she says. Marion Boucher says, I'm going to extrapolate from tiddlywinks and say tiddling means flipping. Well, that's a very good guess, and it could be a little bit too intelligent, actually.
Yeah.
But who knows? Anyway.
The name I was searching for was Alan Lomax. On Alan Lomax's Folk Archive website, there is a version of Liam Clancy singing this, but also there's a great version by the Dubliners. So both, I think, probably quite inspirational to us in putting it into our repertoire. And when I say our repertoire, I mean the Road Shanty Boys, not the Road Shanty Chorus.
Anyway, we're here to celebrate episode number 51, and with that comes Easter very soon, and of course in a couple of days April Fool's Day. Now, we had a request in from Sarah Jordan to sing out No Hopers, Jokers and Rogues. Stephen often supplies the jokes. We've got lots of you rogues, so I guess that makes me the No Hoper. So let's give it a go. It's not in our repertoire, but it is a fun song to sing. I think it was written in 2010 for Port Isaac's Fishermen's Friends, and it goes like this. Come all you no-hopers, you jokers and rogues. We're on the road to nowhere, let's find out where it goes. It might be a ladder to the stars, who knows? Come all you no-hopers, you jokers and rogues. Leave all your furrows in the fields where they lie. Your factories and offices, kiss them all goodbye. Have a little faith in the dream maker in the sky. There's glory in believing in him, and it's all in the beholder's eye. Come all you no-hopers, you jokers and rogues, we're on the road to nowhere, let's find out where it goes. It might be a letter to the stars, who knows? Come all you no-hopers, you jokers and rogues, turn off your engines and slow down your wheels. Suddenly your master plan loses its appeal. Everybody knows that this reality's not real. So raise a glass to all things past and celebrate how good it feels. Come all you no-hopers, you jokers and rogues, we're on the road to nowhere, let's find out where it goes. It might be a ladder to the stars, who knows? Come all you no-hopers, you jokers and rogues. Oh, wash on the sea of our own vanity. We should rejoice in our individuality. Though it's gale force, let's steer a course for sanity. Come all you no-hopers, you jokers and rogues, we're on the road to nowhere, let's find out where it goes. It might be a ladder to the stars, who knows? Come all you no-hopers, you jokers and rogues. Come all you no-hopers, you jokers and rogues. Come all you no-hopers, you jokers and rogues.
I like that.
So, yeah, yeah, I like it too. It's good.
Well,
Yeah.
Alison Wellens loves it. She's put loves it. Carly Franklin, she took away 2 claps to give you 4. And Sarah Jordan says, fantastic, Paul. Thank you. Marianne says, nicely done, Paul. No hoper.
Yeah, that's what they call me.
Now, just before Paul did that song, he talked a bit about why we're doing that, because April Fool's Day, not today. It's very rare for us to actually fall upon one of the traditional customs or like British ceremonies that we celebrate in the stream here, but we are close to the date, which obviously is 1st of April. Now, we take a lot of information for some of particularly the Suffolk customs and traditions from this wonderful book, A Suffolk Calendar by Alan Jobson. But we also have this one here, The Sacred Ring by Michael Howard. And he talks about the idea that the progress of the year is often marked traditionally in folk custom and festivals because it tends to very effectively record the changing seasons. And of course, this time of year, we've done a lot of that in some of these very recent streams. We've moved through various festivals, customs, and rural traditions across the British Isles, Wales, Ireland, Scotland, and England, because it's the time of year, as we move into January and towards and into spring, things are changing. The land is changing, the work is changing, the food is changing, and so on. So I'm just going to read a bit from this book about April the 1st, and Michael Howard here, he says, this is known as April Fool's Day. Yeah, well, we know that. A tradition probably going back to the spring carnivals held in classical Rome to celebrate the end of winter, and everyone was glad to see the sun and consequently played the fool. When New Year was on March 25th, All Fool's Day would have been the end of the festivities to welcome the new year. So we've spoken before about March 25th being the old New Year. He says in Scotland it is known as Gowk's Day, and a gowk was either a cuckoo or a fool, and this bird has always been connected with folly. More importantly, it's the bird whose call heralds the coming of summer. People went out on April Fool's Day hunting the gowk, and if they heard its distinctive cry, they knew summer was coming. April the 1st became a day when it was considered ill-fated to start a new enterprise, and if a cuckoo was seen as well as heard, it was regarded as an omen of death. Now, just to add to that about the cuckoo is, I mean, as most birds are, is a musical thing. But the cuckoo is particularly a musical thing. So when its song starts, the interval, it's kind of the different sounds it makes are a minor third apart, so 3 notes apart. At the start of the season, but just before it's ready to fly away to warmer climates, Africa, I'm going to say, but I'm sure any Twitchers watching will correct me. it actually moves to a major third, so 4 notes apart, which is quite an interesting thing to a musician. But then, as well as that, here in Britain, in olden times, I don't just mean like the 1950s, but it was thought that the cuckoo changed into a kestrel because nobody really knew where it went. In the winter, it came along in the spring and summer, but where did it go in between? And they thought the cuckoos changed their shape and feather coloring to become kestrel, and also its flight pattern as well. So there you have it. Some additional boring information.
And some more boring information is the big reveal of the Suffolk word and phrase for this week. Hey, you heard it, boy. The word was, of course, tiddling. What do you think that might mean? Tiddling. Well, lots of you have hazarded several guesses. We've had one involving tiddlywinks. A lot of people thought it might mean small, or perhaps tiddling with rain. Some good guesses, very good guesses, but we're going to put you out of your misery right now.
Yeah, so let's find out exactly what it is. So it says, old Edward Moore here says, tiddling is a word often combined with top, and rarely, if ever, heard without it. Now I'm going to cast my memory back and wonder if I've ever heard it without it. Tiddling, in particular, in Suffolk means the very highest twig of a tree or the pinnacle of a spire, of which, however, as an ecclesiastical decoration, our county is lamentably deficient. Well, I don't think I'd quite agree with that. I think Suffolk has a lot of churches. Tip top, as in other counties, may mean nearly the same thing, but tiddling or tiddling top marks the very extreme. Look, kinda. Do you look at that there, Bald, on the tiddling top of that tree? So, as always, the Suffolk pronunciation that Edward Morris is woefully badly represented by myself, but I give it a go. So don't write in and complain, will you?
I'm sure they won't. Before we head to the last song for the night, we want to say thank you very much. We thank People's Health Trust for their funding. If you'd like to contribute a little bit further, we would really appreciate your donations. You can donate at www.paypal.me/online choir. And any money that you do donate, whether it's just 50p or £5, I don't know, anything. Yeah, 55p could be even 60p. It will go directly towards keeping the Rogue Shanty Chorus singing. We can assure you of that. If you don't have any money, please don't feel any obligation to contribute. You're very welcome wherever you are, whoever you are, however you are, and whyever. But please do join us next week for the 52nd episode on Tuesday the 7th of April. In the meantime, I'm going to head over to Zoom.
Yeah.
And Stephen's going to sing you out with this final song.
Yeah. So I'm not going to say much about that with this, except it was believed to be collected by Melvin Vincent of Cornwall. It's not in the Roud Folk Index because there is a little bit of consternation about how traditional this was. So anyway, this is the farewell shanty, and I hope you enjoy it. I'm going to give it some nice brisk tempo. It is time to go now. Haul away your anchor. Haul away your anchor. 'Tis our sailing time. Get some sail upon her. Haul away your halyards. Haul away your halyards. 'Tis our sailing time. Set her on a course now. Haul away your foresheets. Haul away your foresheets. 'Tis our sailing time. Till the seas run under. Haul away down channel. Haul away down channel on the evening tide. When my time is over, haul away for heaven, haul away for heaven. Lord, be at my side. the farewell shanty, also known as the Padstow farewell. We've got a few farewell or goodbye songs, and this is quite an obvious one. We tend to try not to use it on every occasion to say goodbye, because there are some wonderful alternative kind of songs that have the same sentiment or theme or meaning. But anyway, that's exactly what it's doing tonight. It's saying good night, goodbye. We'll see you in a week's time, unless you're going to head over to Zoom, which would be lovely. You're very welcome to. I'm going to pop some comments on when you'd be very welcome to. We're just on there for 30 minutes strictly, from 15 seconds from now at 8:30 BST, British Summertime. Yay, we're in British Summertime until 9 p.m. Okay, and a few comments there. Sarah Jordan, beautiful song to end. Thank you for another great evening. Marianne Bouchert, thank you. Rosemary, thank you, and a few more. So I'm going to leave it there, I think, and I'm going to say thank you for joining us. Bless you guys, and we'll catch you next week.